Hello YouTube, Basin Truck here. Today we're going to use the Harbor Freight Pittsburgh mini tire changer. Take a seat and don't forget to watch my other videos. You use this mini tire changer for things with small wheels, like a golf cart, a wheelbarrow, a 4x4, quad, side-by-side, garden tractor, things to that nature. So I have a garden tractor project I'm working on. Just got the wheels back from the powder coater. So I'm going to mount the new tires onto the wheels. So let's go. Here's my wheel back from the powder coater. Had it blasted, powder coated. It looked pretty bad before. It's a little dirty right now. But the first thing you want to do before you use this is put in a new valve stem. I've got really blinky chrome ones. Shh, they're awesome. You don't want to do it after you mount the tire because then it'd be really hard. So it's better to do it first. And always replace the valve stem when you put a new tire on. They like to leak, the rubber gets brittle, cracks. Then every time you go out to use your piece of equipment or whatever, you've got a flat tire. Nobody likes that. So put a new valve stem in. They're cheap. So I'm going to temporarily mount this down real quick so I can put this in. Now I'm going to have to flip this over to put the tire on. I'm going to lube it up a little bit, just help it slide on. Now, the valve stem tool, you can buy these on Amazon, anywhere. They're not expensive. They go over the lip here, but this is so deep, I'm just going to have to manually pull it up. They just thread right in, spin around. Make sure you get it on all the threads as far as it'll go, because you can damage them by putting too much force on them. So we'll just wiggle it up. And there we go, pops right in. Alright, new valve stem's in. Now we're going to take this off. Now on a wheel like this, you want the part that's narrowest at the top. Help get the bead around the lip of the wheel. Otherwise, if you try to mount it from the top, you'll never get this bead on. Never. Well, you might, but you might tear it. It's a pain in the butt. Put this at the top if it has a different size like this. So we're going to flip this over. I'm going to get it centered up on this one. There's different spacers and stuff that comes with this kit. And depending on the depth of the wheel and whatnot is what you have to use. So you just have to play with it, figure out what's going to work for what you're doing. Now you want to make sure you get this tight because you don't want that to spin when you're putting the tire on. Now I will tell you, when you use this, anyone who uses one of these is going to look like an idiot. So I'm going to look really stupid probably doing this because you got to fight it. They're a pain in the butt. They're not really that user friendly. So anyway, now that I've got the rim mounted, I use Murphy's tire mounting paste. I don't like using soap and water. It's a mess. It gets everywhere. It doesn't dry properly. This stuff dries. It doesn't run anywhere. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth every penny, especially if you do this a lot. Here's my new tire. This is directional, so you want to make sure you have it going in the correct direction. Otherwise, it won't work properly. Here's my new tire. It's a directional pattern. You want to make sure you have it going the right way, if you have a directional pattern. So I'm going to take my tire paste, I'm going to lube it up. Now you want to put the paste, your lube, along the lip here, and on the inside of the lip on the first part of the tire. Because we're going to push that down on. I like to try to force the first bead on by hand. You can usually do it, a little bit of force, so let's give it a try, see if I can get this on here. There we go. Now here's a trick that a lot of people don't tell you. When they put the lube on the other side, you want to leave probably a third of it with no lube on it. Because what's going to happen is you need one side to grab. Otherwise you're fighting it, trying to pop off while you're trying to get that bead on. So you want to take your lube and do about 2/3 of the tire. Now, you want to get underneath too. Normally I do that before I mount it, but for this video, I didn't. So you want to make sure you get under this lip, because that's where your friction is going to come from when you mount this. But you want a little bit of friction at this one spot, and you'll see why in a second. Alright. So now you're going to take your mounting tool. I'm going to take a little piece with a piece off of it. You're going to want to start right where you started putting your lube on there. And the spot you don't have your lube, you wipe off what came on from the other side. You want to grab and you've got to push on. So you want to go like this, spin it around. It will pop off like that sometimes, like I said. In my case, I've got it mounted really high, so it's a possibility to smack myself in the face. So I really try not to, because this can slip really easily. Now most people, if it was a lot lower, like if this wall was half the size, it'd probably be a lot easier and you could put more downforce on it. Almost got it. And there we go. Now it's mounted up. So you pull it apart and seat the bead. Now on a lot of these newer tires, especially these small ones, you may have to compress the tire to get the lip to seal on the bead when you're airing it up. And that's how you mount a tire using the Harbor Freight Pittsburgh mini tire mounter. Thanks for watching. Throw a comment down below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.